And I would say 85 to 90% of the lawn care companies, even at 5 or 6 million and beyond that we work with, don't actually have a set budget.
Well, a budget is definitely a foundational piece for what any organization, it's independent of the CFO position. A budget value really comes into the opportunity to pause, and instead of being in the day-to-day weeds, stepping back and looking at it at the 30,000 foot level, because it interplays with not only where are we today, but where are we trying to get to. Otherwise, if you don't have a compass, the budget acts as a compass. If you don't have a compass, where are you really going to? Where are you running to? So it's an opportunity to outline the organization's goals for sales. What do we want to invest in? What investments are needed to reach those sales? What other company initiatives do we want to make some investments in? And I use the term investment a lot because that's really what the budget is identifying. Every dollar you spend is in hopes of bringing in a dollar in the future. So where are we spending our money? Are we getting the value from those investments? And is it supporting our growth plans and profitability objectives?
Awesome. Love it. And as we're looking at those things, I think you absolutely nailed it there. But from a business owner, I know as I'm doing this 25, 26 years plus now, there's certain KPIs that I like to look at in a business as I'm running a lawn care and landscape business that I like to look at. But I'm kind of curious. So if I'm looking at it and I don't have this CFO position necessarily flushed out, certain things I'm going to be looking at, like hopefully as a basic level, is budget versus actual. So all of our jobs have a budgeted time, and are we falling within budget? Is there percentages of billable, non-billable time? Because the hourly rate and the break even are tied in on average that this non-billable time is not going up past a certain point. And obviously there's some metrics around receivables and billables that I'm looking at, but what is, obviously some of those may be included, but what is kind of the next level if you go from basically being your own CFO to actually hiring a professional? What are the key metrics that we really want to dive into and understand?
Sure. So I would say there are some very standard metrics that any and all businesses should utilize. And there's variants of those metrics. So you want something that's looking at your pipeline and your sales and your growth opportunities. You want to look at something that's looking at profitability, something around margins. You're going to then want to get into some of your operational metrics. So it's not all finance. And the CFO sort of plays a role in making sure that all of the various departments are accountable through some metrics reporting on the performance and health of the organization. Just like when you're driving your car, that's why we call it a dashboard. It's what are the 3 or 4 indicators that help us know, are we going in the right direction? Do we have enough fuel in the tank? Do we, is anything overheating, or is anything not performing the way we want it to? So sometimes you'll have a compliance metric. You'll have some employee or HR metric. All of those are really good. And you may, depending on your industry, you might want an industry specific metric as well. So what's right for a professional services organization might be different than what you would do in a construction-based organization, which would be different than a manufacturing organization. What are those things that gives you an insight about your business? And then when you look at those metrics, you don't want too many.